Hello friends, we've been covering our concept of verbs, and while we were doing that we have completed the different tenses that the verbs denote, and thereafter we also covered active and passive voice, because there also the tenses are important to understand the active form of the verb and the passive form of the verb. Right, now again the extension of the verb topic or the concept extends to finites and non-finite verb. Now, I've already told you in the earlier part of the videos that a finite verb is very essential to complete the structure of the sentence. A finite verb completes the structure of a sentence, because with the subject, the verb that goes with it is the verb that agrees with the subject. So finite verbs are very important because they change along with the subject in person and gender. Okay, now take the first example. Fatima goes to school. Now here the finite verb is goes. It agrees with the subject Fatima. Okay, Fatima went to school, past tense, but it agrees with the subject. He attended 3 meetings. Here attended is the simple past tense form, but it is along with the subject. He attended. So those verbs that agree with the subject are finite verbs. He cannot walk with the heavy boots. Here walk is a verb, but it agrees with the subject he. So it's a finite verb. We can save India by patriotism. So here can is the verb, of course it's a modal, but here it expresses the main finite verb with the subject. So all these examples explain to you that these are finite verbs that agree with the subject, and they are important for the structure of the sentence, the syntax. Okay, now we come to non-finites. Non-finites are 3 categories. First you have an infinitive. Here we use the preposition to along with the base form of the verb. To see, to work, to go, to write. Okay, use preposition to with the base form of the verb, and that is an infinitive. And again an infinitive expands into the family of verbs. If I say to work, work, worked, working, will work, will have worked. So in that way I extend the to work form of the infinitive to various forms when writing a sentence. Okay, the next one is participles. Participles are verbs, but they play the role of an adjective, so they are known as verbal adjectives. We'll be doing with that a little later. Gerunds. Gerunds are verbs, but they play the role of a noun, so they're known as verbal nouns. Right, now let's come to explain to ourselves the usage of the infinitive. See the first example. So infinitives add to preposition to the base form of the finite verb. You would use the to preposition to the base form of the finite verb. To, and the base form of the finite verb is steal. So to steal is a sin. What is a sin? To steal. So here it plays the role of a subject of a verb. To forgive is divine. What is divine? To forgive. Subject of the verb. To see is to believe. What is it to believe? To see. So here to steal, to forgive, to see. These are used as a subject of a verb. And again remember we're using to preposition with the base form of the verb. Is this clear so far? Now let's get to the next examples. I like to play games. What do I like? Of course, to play games, but I've used the infinitive to play. To preposition and the base form of the finite verb. We like to read stories. What do we like? To read stories. So, to preposition with the base form of the finite verb. It's an object. They tried to win medals. What did they try? To win. To win medals. So here these infinitives are used as object of the verb like, and tried. Okay, so here to preposition base form play, to preposition base form read, to preposition base form win. So all these are used as object of these verbs. Okay, so infinitive can also be used as an object of a verb. Clear so far? Good. Okay, now when I was explaining to you about verbs, I told you that a verb can be transitive, a verb can be intransitive, and a verb can be a verb of incomplete predication. It is incomplete. It will not complete its sense until we add a noun or a pronoun or an adjective or an adverb. Okay, now look at this. I asked him to shut the door. What did I ask him to do? To shut. Now, ask is an incomplete verb. I asked. You'll tell me, madam, what did you ask? There should be something to complete the sense of the verb, right? Our motto is to work. Our motto is. No sense. But if I say to work. So is an incomplete verb. So I needed an infinitive to complete the sense of the statement. So our motto is to work. Now, his habit is to write early. Now, you will say his habit is. Doesn't make sense. But when I say to rise early, then I have used the infinitive to rise. Of course, I have to use another word also to complete the sense of the sentence. But here, is a verb of incomplete predication. They are to start at once. They are. Makes no sense. But when I say they are to start at once, the sentence is complete. It makes sense. So here my infinitive is to start. And the verb are is a verb of incomplete predication. So here the note is complement of a verb of incomplete predication. So here to shut, to work, to rise, to start. These are complements of these incomplete verbs. Okay? Right. Let's proceed to the next kind of infinitive. I am about to go. Now, here you see that about, the word about. Can you tell me what word class it belongs to? About. What word class? It's a preposition. It's a preposition. So now the infinitive to go is placed after the preposition about. So it is object of the preposition about. Let's take the next sentence. The athletes are about to start. Here again you have the preposition about. So to start will be the object of the preposition about. It need not be just about as a preposition. It could be any preposition. Okay? The patient was about to die. The patient was about to die. So to die is an infinitive and all these are object of prepositions. Here I have given you examples with only about, but it could be any other preposition. So the next concept that we have learnt about infinitives is object of a preposition. Right? So we have understood 4 kinds of infinitives here. 1, it is subject of a verb. Secondly, it is object of a verb. Thirdly, it is a complement of a verb of incomplete predication. And lastly, object of a preposition. I hope you have understood. I find joy in sharing with you. So please get back to me and tell me how much you have understood and how much you have liked. Yes, that will be an asset to me. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Please do like, share and subscribe.